A 900 kilogram car is traveling 12 meters per second to the right when it collides head on with a 1900 kilogram pickup truck traveling 2 meters per second to the left. The vehicles lock together inelastically following the collision. Alright, so in this problem, I've gone ahead and I've written PMV beneath each object. Now notice when the objects stick together, like right here, I'm going to treat them as just one object. You'll also notice that this problem didn't ask you to find the impulse, so I did not write down JFT. Alright, so let's go ahead and start by filling out some given. So it says a 900 kilogram car, so that's going to be the mass of the car. And the car was traveling 12 meters per second to the right. The truck has a mass of 1900 kilograms. And it's traveling to the left. Remember, velocity is a vector, so I need to make that -2 meters per second. Alright, now be careful. Usually we write down the mass twice, but in this case the objects stuck together. So to find the mass right here, I'm actually going to do 900 plus 1900, and that gives me 2800 kilograms. And again, I found this by adding 900 plus 1900, because this is representing the combined momentum, mass, and velocity of the objects after the collision. So anytime they stick together, that mass represents the combined mass. Alright, so any place that I have no two parts of the equation, I can find the third using my definition of momentum, P equals m times v, like we have been throughout this unit. So 900 times 12 gives me 10,800 kilogram meters per second. And that's my first answer over here. And then 1900 times a -2 will give me -3,800 kilogram meters per second. All right, conservation of momentum, or excuse me, let me go ahead and put in that answer right there. All right, conservation of momentum tells me, I'm going to grab a different highlighter, that the total momentum on the first line before the collision must equal the total momentum after the collision, as long as there's no external forces, external net force on our system, which in most collisions there's not. All right, so that means that whatever my total momentum is on the first line, I can just use that to calculate my total momentum on the next line. So I'm going to take 10,800 and add that together with -3,800. And that gives me a momentum of 7,000 kilogram meters per second. And again, I did 10,800 plus a -3,800. All right, and that is also my next answer. All right, we came up with a positive answer, which means that after the collisions, the objects are going to move to the right. This makes total sense because the car had a greater magnitude of momentum. 10,800 is bigger than 3,800. So the car is going to overpower the truck in this case. All right, and then it says how fast were the vehicles moving after the collision. That is what I'm missing right there, the velocity. To get the velocity, I can rearrange this equation. It says v equals the momentum divided by the mass, or 7,000 divided by 2,800. I get 2.5 meters per second. That makes a lot of sense. The car is definitely going to slow down, and so I'm feeling good about that answer of 2.5 meters per second to the right. Remember, even if you got a negative answer right there, then you'd have left, and when it says how fast, that's just asking for the speed. You'd still type in a positive right here because it just says how fast. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our next problem. So in this one, it says a cannon with a cannonball inside is initially at rest. A student then fires the 18 kilogram cannonball with a speed of 28 meters per second from the unsecured 444 kilogram cannon. All right, let's be careful with where those givens go. So 18 kilograms is the cannonball, and that's going to go down here under the cannonball. 28 meters per second was the velocity. It's to the right, so that's a positive 28 meters per second. And the cannon is 440 kilograms. All right, so now here, the cannonball is inside the cannon. And this isn't going to matter a ton in this problem, but in other problems, make sure you're really careful. When the objects are combined, like they are right here, we write PMV just one time, and that mass is the combined mass. So in this case, it's going to be 458 kilograms. Doesn't matter a ton in this problem, but just make sure you get in the habit of it because it could cause an issue in another problem. I say it doesn't matter a ton in this problem because the initial velocity is 0. It said at rest in our problem, and we don't see any motion lines. So that means the momentum here of the combined cannon and cannonball is 0. All right, just looking at places where I know 2 of those 3 quantities, it looks like I can start right here. And I can do P equals M times V, or 18 times 28 gives me a momentum of 504 kilogram meters per second. Oops, I got that in the wrong spot. So 504 kilogram meters per second right there. All right, so then we can use conservation of momentum again. Let me do some highlighting and say the momentum on our first line before the collision, the total momentum needs to be the total after the collision. So how do I make the second line add up to 0? Well, in an explosion problem, it's pretty easy. I can just put a negative 504 kilogram meters per second right there. All right, and then let's go ahead and calculate the velocity right here by doing momentum divided by mass. So negative 504 divided by 440 gives me 1.15, negative 1.15 meters per second. That negative indicates that it's moving left, as we expect the cannon's going to kick back. And then, but this asks for speed, so I'm going to put in a positive 1.15 right there. All right, few answers left, and they're going to all come from this impulse equation. So impulse is how much momentum one object gained or lost. If I look at it, both objects went from a momentum of 0 to a momentum of magnitude 504. So the impulse here is just going to be 504 kilogram meters per second. We have another kind of hidden given down here that said the average force was 2,310 newtons, and that means the time interval is just going to be the impulse divided by the force. That's rearranging the J equals Ft equation. So 504 divided by 2310, that gives me 0.218 seconds, and that gives me my last answers of 504 and 0.218.